I pressed the button too early. I pressed it at 2.
Oh, man. So we here. We out. Oh, my goodness. We got to work on this countdown. Oh, man. What a morning. Good morning. Good morning to all the good people. I had a song in my heart.
You were singing Beyonce before.
Honey, honey, I can see the smoke all the way from here. Can't you smell the gas through the window pane? I've been rolling blunts perfectly all year. Every time you smoke, you can see my smacked face. And everybody's asking while I'm smiling out from ear to ear. 'Cause I know, whoa, whoa, my burst pumping and it's burning like I should've smoked all year. And finally you put me first. What's up?
It's not popping up on YouTube. I mean Instagram.
Did you start it on the stream on?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just start a new stream.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wait, is that mine? Oh yeah, double click. No, you can't be on my profile. Double click the thing on the bottom. My face on the bottom. You got to be on the Wake and Bake with BeMo profile.
It usually pops up on yours. Okay. I was about to restart it. Okay.
No, we don't got to restart. You messed up my Beyonce song though. But finally, you put me first, and baby, it's you. You're the blunt I want. You're the blunt I need. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna start the show now, sweetheart. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Wake and Bake with BeMo. Yeah, I am your host this morning. I am your culture analyst. I am your culture interpretator. I am the pioneer of new blueprints. Your main man, 20 grand BeMo. I want y'all to make sure you say a resounding loud good morning to the heartbeat of the drum pattern, the 808 to the Kanye West beat of my heart. The illustrious, world-renowned producer of this show, lady in the house. Make sure we're saying good morning.
Hey y'all. Good morning.
As you already know, Wake and Bake with BeMo is your opportunity to sit down and listen to some solutions, the perspective of blackness through blackness, for the progression of blackness, as we discover new blueprints and interpretation of what black could be, black may not be, and sometimes we don't talk about black at all, because I don't believe in rules or hard parameters. But anyway, welcome to the show. I want you to think about us like, who's them niggas' names again? Tom Joyner meets Howard Stern with a freshly rolled blunt first thing in the morning. We are being brought to you by, this week we're being brought to you by the Washington Informer Bridge. Make sure you go check out at WI Bridge DC on all social media platforms. What's up?
Nothing. It was about Cardi B.
Oh, and make sure you go visit Washington Informer Bridge, WI Bridge DC on all social media platforms or WIBridgeDC.com. You can go pick up the new issue of the Washington Informer Bridge or just the whole Informer. Always some great news. Had a great article in there yesterday about the gentrification of some space in Southeast. Very interested to see the outcome of that article. And then this week we're also being brought to you by the good folks over at Gifted Curators. We want to thank Gifted Curators for sponsoring this Wake and Bake with BeMo show. It's for non-black owned brands or non-black owned majority brands, I imagine it's a risk investing your name and your brand name in this very black ass show, because you could be the target. So we want to thank the good people over there, Get the Curators, for doing such, supporting the show. Like, as I say all the time, the thing that I really like about Get the Curators is that their experiences centers on art. Other I-71s where you just need your identifications may center on some less than valuable situations, some consultations, some invisible products, but the real product at Gifted Curators is the artwork. Definitely go check them out in Adams Morgan, upstairs, I-71. Just need your ID. Tell them BeMo sent you. They might fuck with you, give you a bucket hat or something like that. You know what I mean? But thank you to the good people at Gifted Curators. Let's get to the show, okay? Before we get to the show, if you would like to donate to the show, become a Wake and Bake with BeMo Patreon night, or if you would like to just put a little something on the show, make sure you go to BeMoAuthentic.com/Darent, DARENT. Put a little something on the show. We could always use the support. We do have sponsors, but we need the support of the people. And we need it in a very financial and physical way. We're going to have a physical Wake and Bake with BeMo show here soon. Mid-July is when we're trying to work that out with our presenting sponsor. But in the meantime, in between time, become a Wake and Bake with BeMo Patreon night. We have exclusive content just specifically to the patron. What's it called?
Patreon.
To the Patreon. I call it the Patreon. Wow. We have specific content, specific and exclusive to the Patreon. You can go check that out. But then again, if you want to put something on the show, make sure I can take Lady House out on our weekly date. You could do that. All right. Let's get to the show. You surprised by our weekly date?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
We don't go on weekly dates.
We don't go on weekly dates, but we could if you support the show. Let's start it. We have 3 interesting topics we want to talk about this morning. The one of which is a new capitalistic structure, a new structure to solving some of the housing issues we're seeing in major cities that's happening down in Atlanta. We're going to talk about that last. Well, of course, we have our Paul Robeson Negro of the Week Award. Got that coming up after the break, but the first thing we want to talk about this morning, and we've been talking about this, I feel like for a couple of weeks now, I want to revisit our conversation around honeypot and our biggest fears. I had a breakthrough in my thinking yesterday about the price of acquisition. We're going to talk about those things. Let's just jump right in there, right? So, what spurred the thought, BeMo? If you could play, it's going to be like the first 2 minutes of a Breakfast Club clip. I want to play this clip. The people from Honeypot have continued their press run on how Honeypot has definitely. It sounds like they have taken a hit in some sort. Honeypot is a vaginal care product, black owned. They come into some hot water recently when Twitter users exposed the fact that there had been a change in the product without communication in the product. Thus, conversations happened about acquisitions, et cetera, et cetera. But I had a breakthrough when my homeboy called me yesterday with one of my biggest fears. Let's listen to the people at Honeypot first. Hear what they got to say. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but then I want to show you my biggest fear, and I want to walk you through this breakthrough I had yesterday. I'm going to drink some apple juice. Lady of the house.
I think one of the biggest issues people just wanted to know is the honeypot still black owned?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
We started this we started this in 2012, you know, so we've been here for over a decade, me and my sis.
Yeah.
So it is, you know.
Now, why do people think it was sold?
Well, I think there's 2 reasons, right? Because, you know, typically when you go into business and you're creating something at an enterprise level, right, you're going to get investors, right? And every company that we know, that we love and enjoy, especially from Black founders, we have funds that are coming from people that don't look like us. Mm-hmm. That's the only way you can scale.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can scale.
Frustrating having to
And so
explain
what's
this
really
to people.
frustrating is having this kind of conversation about us selling out. No, in order for us to produce what we have, I mean, how many stores we're in, we need money, we need capital, and we get it from where we can. And of course, you guys know about private equity, and so we have private equity. And so we have to start changing this conversation, this metrics of what success is, especially for us, right? Because we hold ourselves to this weird standard.
Yeah.
And what gets frustrating for me is, like, when you see, you know, guys that I admire, like Robert Smith, who
Yes.
just pays
My guy.
400 tuitions, $34 million one day, one check. You have to have liquidity to do that. Our fam, Jay Brown, Jay-Z, Mossy, you know, partner ventures. They've gone, $400 million now in 3 rounds? And they only invest in consumer, right, and culture. So it's like, you have to get to a space where you get in monies so you can actually grow your company and scale, and you don't do it for free. So then you can take some chips off the table for yourself. And then guess what we do? We put it back in the community. My sister and I, we're going to have a fund one day. And we think about this often. How do we create a fund where we can support other people that look like us, feel like us, humans that are into consumer goods and trying to make the world differently? And that's like a passion of ours. So yeah, it's this weird thing. Like, you know, my sister was here last time. I was like, I got to come because it's us.
Right.
It's us, and we're sabotaging ourselves.
It's just people who don't know business, because it's strange when people say things like, well, you don't ever see white companies do that. They do it all the time. That's all they do. That's literally all they do.
Now, Beatrice, you did say that you wish you would have communicated
Absolutely.
more.
Absolutely. And the reason is, you know, we were out of stock for a few months because of global supply chain issues. And
Okay. I don't even know who this young man is, but I'm taking he's the brother of Beatrix Dixon, who is the founder of Honey Pot. But my man said some things, and here's the thing that intelligent black people do that really bothers me, is they try to hide behind intelligence as if ignorance, and which niggas is dumb. Don't get me wrong. We ask the question all the time on the show, what if niggas is dumb? We get that, right? So niggas can be manipulated through intelligence. But one thing that I hate from intelligent people is that they try to use intelligence and ignorance as an excuse for why they're doing low level, low impact bullshit, right? First thing. If you have white investors, and these investors are invested in creating a profit from your product, regardless of the sources, regardless of the ingredients that was given to Beatrix by her ancestors, as she says. If you have investors who are expecting profit from you based on the things that you do for them, regardless if you call them co-owners, selling out, to be a sellout does not necessarily mean that you had to sell something.
Right.
You could have people who have vested interest in your business who is negative towards your total output and negative towards your demographic.
Right.
So don't give me this bullshit where you think sellout is the exact nomenclature of the words to sell a company away from something. Don't bullshit me, sir. Don't play with me. I'm not stupid. I know you didn't have to sell your company to a big distributor to know that you have responsibilities to bring profit to people who are adding money to your company. Give a fuck if it says black owned on there. Which brings me to my point, and which I think I've been circling on this. I truly don't think when it comes to black owned companies and black owned products, I don't think black people give a fuck about the individualistic success or even the financial success of that company. We don't care. It's like when we join a job, when we get a job, we don't care about the health of the company or the job. Am I getting paid on Friday? This ain't about you. This is about me. This is about the consumer. And I don't use vaginal care products, and I don't think the lady of the house does either. But just in the general sense of the conversation, we're not talking about how it made you feel. We're not talking about if you feel like a sellout. I'm talking about the perception of the people. Investors, unhealthy investors, also equals selling out. You don't have to sell your shit to motherfucking Coca-Cola for you to be a sellout. Right. You could be invested by Coca-Cola and they could be receiving products based on performance, and thus you have to change your nature of your business, the practice of your business, the operation of the business, the formula of your business to fit the outputs of Coca-Cola. That's equally selling out, in my opinion.
Right.
Or in my analysis, excuse me. And in that same vein, another thing that really pisses me off is that this thought that like we have to scale.
Right.
Let me put it this way. Honey Pot's biggest distributor, and I'm definitely talking out my ass, but if I'm correct, I believe that Honey Pot's biggest distributor is Target. I'm wondering, now that they see the results, the backlash of this formula change without the proper communication. We appreciate B. Dixon clarifying at the end of that clip. You can watch the whole clip on Charlamagne's page if you want to. But the thing that kind of bothers me is that these individuals are saying that that's how business works.
Right.
And they're being supported by Charlemagne, which if I was sitting there and Charlemagne was agreeing with me, I think I'd have to step back and look at myself. Like, And when you think about it, Charlemagne is actually doing the same thing. He's scaling himself through a white business. So the Black Effect Podcast Network, this network that is supposed to be the safe haven and beacon for black voices, is owned by a white network. And that kind of leads me to what I think our biggest fear is as a community. If we understand, or if I'm understanding this correctly, I don't believe that the black demographic really gives a fuck about the individualistic financial success of these founders or of these companies in general. You made a product for me, I'm going to buy that product for me. And as long as it's on the shelf, I'm cool with it. As long as it still serves my needs, I'm cool with it. What bothers me is that in this new age, these same people are saying this is how business works, but then we see somebody like Ryan Wilson from the Gathering Spot be acquired by a black-owned bank, which is Greenwood Bank. So there have been new blueprints. We even hear this young man describe a system in the future in which he allows funding for black-owned businesses through black-owned businesses. So we know that that is the blueprint. So don't give me this bullshit where it is standard, where it is the operating procedure, is the acceptable acceptance of white supremacy is to use their money. Don't give me this bullshit as it pertains to acquisition.
Right.
If your biggest distributor is Target, and Target is the biggest supporter of black products, if you're having a problem with your supply, why would you need investors outside of your supply chain? He gave himself away. It's for money, and we don't give a fuck about how much money we need. We don't give a fuck. We don't care. You made the product for us? It was safe for us, and then you changed it because you needed money.
Right.
And now you're looking at us like we're the ignorant, like we don't know what the fuck we talking about. We don't care, sir. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. You made a product for us. The product changed. It seems like it's no longer for us. I don't give a fuck if that means you sold something. I don't give a fuck if that means that somebody has a different profit breakdown from you. I don't care.
Right.
You have differentiated. You have separated from the black pack. You have done damage to the community. So as they are talking to Charlemagne, who is a partial owner of the Black Effect Network, the safe haven and beacon for black voices, also owned by iHeart, also owned by ART, which is a white organization. As Honeypot has these undisclosed investors, according to this particular interview clip, my biggest fear when it comes to these situations is you built a product that is representative of a black desire, a black hole in the market, a black need. Therefore, it represents part of the black demographic. Right. And then black folks fly to it because we need that product. We needed Shea Moisture because there wasn't other black products being sold outside of black beauty stores or very select places. We need Shea Moisture in Iowa and in Des Moines, Iowa, because black women have a hard time driving 90 minutes to go to a black hair store. So we get that.
Right.
The fear here is once you have created a product that is for blackness, that product therefore then represents blackness. Mm-hmm. And the biggest fear is, put the picture up, the biggest fear is through your separation from this black product for the acquisition of money and opportunities in the future, you put us in danger of aligning this black product with something that is very dangerous towards blackness. Is it up right now? Mm-hmm. My homeboy called me yesterday and he said, I want to make sure you see this. Where was he? Atlanta?
Was that Jamari?
Yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I can't remember. He FaceTimed me from a place and he was like, I wanted you to see this. And it is a branded partnership commercial, a branded partnership station called Fox BET. The biggest proponent of the replacement theory is on where? It's on Fox. BET stands for Black Entertainment Television. And though it is no longer black owned, it is still aligned with blackness.
Right.
So now we have Fox BET, replacement theory's support of black entertainment television. This is what we are afraid of, honeypot.
Right.
So while you blaming us for our ignorance, what I don't want to see, don't let me look up, and not only have you changed the ingredients so that it looks exactly like fucking Summer's Eve, and now you got commercials with white women in it so it looks exactly like vaginal cleansing products of all the vaginal cleansing products. Don't play in my face. Don't tell me this is a black ass product. Don't tell me this is a black funded product. Don't tell me that your ancestors inspired your dreams to create this product. And then when the first time your business comes under problems with scale or lack of ability of a product, you want to change it so you can make money. Don't play in my face. And then blame me for my ignorance. Stop playing with me. We don't want this.
Right.
This is dangerous. And the slippery slope to this is you blaming me for not understanding how business works because you have investors who expect a certain profit bottom line, which means you have to change your ingredients so you can fit that fucking objective. Don't play with me. What are your thoughts?
Everything you said, and I just feel like, I'm not sure of his name, but I'm assuming it's Beatrice Dixon's brother. Or certain things that he said, like he brought up Robert Smith and Jay-Z talking about how they monetarily invested into the black community and then aligned himself with them as if he's doing the same thing, but
you're not.
Right. You just negated your own point because they are directly investing back into the black community. So for you to rely upon these other investors who don't look like you, right.
And I'm pretty sure their objective is not the same passion of yours to give back to the community.
Exactly. And even Charlemagne said, what did he say? He said white companies do it all the time. They invest in other companies or whatever, but it's always white. Yeah. It's always,
it's always another white company,
right.
Unless they have a DEI outcome, some type of diversity program in which, okay, after George Floyd got killed, we're gonna throw $10 million towards this black effort,
right? Which
means we're gonna give a little effort to a situation. And the other thing is, like, we want to be like white,
right?
Like, we supposed to be building new blueprints. See, everything they was talking about was some old, like, I'm standing on this. I'm standing on this principle of capitalism because this is how you do it.
This is how this is how we've always done it.
I don't agree with you.
Right.
I don't agree with you. This is how we've always done it, and look what we have.
Exactly.
We have individuals who are coming onto this black ass show in the middle of a white company, talking to a white company founder through Hardcast, and interesting enough, another Atlantean real estate flipper. You're talking to these individuals. You're talking to millionaires about how billionaire business should be founded, and they are not even paying attention to the demographic. These people have been going on a press run for like a month now about the changes that have happened to Honey Pot.
Well,
a month they've been going on this press run, which means to me something is wrong.
Exactly, because
something has happened. Right, something has happened. Let it go.
Right, the jig is up.
You should have just we fucked up. And what's crazy is Beatrice says that at the end of the clip. She says we fucked up. We should have communicated better. Exactly. We should have talked through it better. Not expected our demographic to go to our website and read a fucking press release about the difference in what kind of bullshit is that? You ain't do that when you brought up the ancestors. Okay. You ain't tell me to go to the website and read your ancestors with the dream. Right. You out here calling them up. You calling Madam C.J. Walker up in the middle of a fucking commercial, but you can't bring up your mistakes. Girl, please.
Come on.
We got any comments? I don't like to go off on black women. It's not my thing. It's really not my thing.
This is in reference to Atlanta. We'll talk about that later. But Marcus said, man, I just closed on a new construction in November. Housing is nuts. I typed that crazy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. What, he has a new house?
I think so. Or he just closed on a new construction. Yeah. Yash said, I just hate when people said right after every sentence when they BSing or when they say right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're trying to convince you.
Yeah, we love white people, right? So like, if we love white people, right, then then we gotta hold hands and fuck black women, right? Right? Right?
Right.
Huh?
We got a couple wows. Nah.
Excuse me.
From the Fox BET thing.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Nah.
Hey, think about it. Think about it. So, like, the people who are on this call, the people who are on this live, I imagine we're between the ages of 27 to 37, right? So we know what Fox is. Imagine in 30 years, your hypothetical child is watching Fox BET on Channel 7. Because that's what it's going to. It's normalized. There's a Fox Soul. Did you know that?
Yeah.
There is a black iteration of Fox.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs their DEI. Everybody needs their affirmative action programs.
But yeah, they still got Tucker Carlson.
Come on, man.
And for saying he wasn't saying shit about shit, Kendall said, okay, so question, what is the solution if a black-owned business wants to scale and can't do so with their current ingredients?
What is the solution if a black-owned business wants to scale with their current ingredients?
And they can't do so with their current ingredients.
I think they got to be honest and open. I think that's what Beatrix was getting to towards the end of that clip. We should just play the whole clip. Anyway, I cut it off. I think there is honesty that needs to be had. Okay. You know who did a good thing of this? You know who did really well at this?
Who?
Versus.
Really?
Versus was acquired by Triller.
Yeah.
Versus entered into a majority partnership with Triller.
Okay.
And if you can remember correctly, when they first did so, they were going to start charging niggas. It's going to be a $10 situation. And they didn't even officially announce it, and all of black Twitter and all of black social media jumped on Swiss Beats and Timberland's head like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't do this. And they said, okay.
Right.
So with Triller, if you remember Versus before Triller, it was, let's think about like the Jill Scott versus Erykah Badu Versus, which had millions of live subscribers. That joint was a lo-fi Zoom call aired on Instagram Live.
Right.
And it was breaking up, and the internet was fucking up, and the sound was bad, and they didn't have mics. There was no stage design. These two legends were sitting against a white wall in some very 480p resolution, celebrating themselves. And black people watched that in millions. Sold to Triller, and what did that do? They gave royalty to the artists, gave better production value, gave us better marketing, gave us better set design, and it didn't cost blackness a thing. This is how you scale. And then we look at like that's the way you do it through white business, which I think is an old blueprint. The new blueprint is what Ryan Wilson is doing with the Gathering Spot, who was scaling through the black business of Killer Mike's Greenwood Bank. Greenwood Bank has only been out about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And they have already acquired a business, therefore doubling the wealth of everyone involved. That is the second new blueprint. You find some black founders because niggas got money now.
Right.
You find some black venture capitalists. I know one off the top of my head, which is Harlem Capital. You find some black capitalists and you find a way to scale through them through blackness. If you're going to change it, niggas don't care about individual success. What are you doing for me? What have you done for blackness? How am I still gonna be able to get my vaginal wash?
Yeah.
If you change the product, make 2 versions.
Right.
I don't know. And at the same time, like, can't you just tell Target, hey, Target, we know we have this product. We're having a hard time scaling to this degree. We're not going to give you a different product. What can be done here?
Right. Does Target not directly invest in?
I thought they did.
Right.
I thought they did, but hell, they white too. So.
Right.
No. Kendall, to answer your question, I don't know. Let me not be a fool here and be like, oh, I know all the answers to scalability, as you know what I'm saying, as Sway was trying to tell Kanye. Let me be honest with you, I don't know. But what I do know is when I hear language of that's how it's always been done, I'm tired of explaining to you ignorant ass niggas this is how it works.
Right.
This is how it works. I'm pretty sure this is not how it works.
There isn't just one way
Can't be.
to success.
Can't be. And my man's talking about we need to adjust our view of success. Look, man, if black people not fucking with you, it's not because we have a wrong definition of success.
Right.
You're fucking up.
Right. Kendall also said, I see your point, even though I feel like Versus is a bad example because no one watches that anymore, with the laughing face. It's true, because didn't they change the spelling of it? There's no Z at the end.
There's a Z at it.
I thought they changed it to S-U-S.
Mm-mm.
Someone said they changed it.
I thought it was still SUZ.
No, somebody said I don't know. Somebody said they changed it. To
Well, that's because they did all the good ones already.
okay.
They did. Unless they're going to, I mean, I imagine they'll run those back eventually. But what's funny is that's a funny comment because the millions of views that was watched during Gucci Man and Jeezy are like astronomical, rare numbers for any type of live situation.
Yeah.
These are like basketball numbers that we're watching Jeezy and Gucci. Right? So the 60, 70,000 people that are watching Triller now, that's actually very successful. For an application, that's actually very successful.
Still on live?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's actually still really good. How many people in this corner right now?
16.
16? Is there a point something
15.
and a K? And we got sponsors, y'all.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We got sponsors. They white.
He also said, I definitely agree with that. There's more than one way to scale. I am Z, the CEO.
All right.
Influence.
XI?
XI, yeah.
Nice. Magazine. Fellow publisher.
Nice. Influence the magazines around you and present to scale with your own people. Jada said, Versus went downhill for me. The at-home IG Live and Wi-Fi issues added to the feel of it. Right. It was very authentic. District Oak said there will be K's up there.
That was the topic of the first Wake and Bake with BeMo was Versus. It was Nelly versus Luda.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, this is just the first clip? Yep, it sure was. Y'all go back and find that clip and see if you can send it to me.
Yeah.
That's all the comments?
District Oak said there will be K's up there.
There will be K's. Yeah. But we're going to have to scale through. Ooh, here's a fun one. Who would acquire me that would piss y'all off? Who would pick up the Wake and Bake with BeMo show other than Fox BET? Who would pick up the Wake and Bake with BeMo show and y'all niggas would be like, all right, BeMo. All right, dog. I'm going to leave y'all with that question. We're going to be right back with more Who Wake and Bake with BeMo. We got my man Owen M. Hart's Delilah coming up in the break. We'll be right back with a Ganjlier review of Runts. OG Runts. Not even OG Runts. Straight up Runts. Presented by Street Lawyer Services. It's rolling time. We'll be back with a Ganjlier review. Y'all stick around. Watch my man Delilah. Delilah says. Make sure y'all watch that. Hit some comments. Come back with the question. If I were to sell out to somebody, who would it be? Who could I sell out to that would make y'all be like, this nigga BeMo for real? All right. We'll be right back with the show. I don't have a closing line.
Okay.
Shabba.
Delilah says to us, children of Samson, love me. Delilah says, I love those who love me, so learn how to love me. Delilah says, do as I say. Delilah says, doing what I say equals loving me, which equals me loving you. So if you truly, truly want me, then do this. Delilah says, cut it. This is no place for your hair or the God that resides inside of it. Side with me, Delilah says, pick me and not your hair. Delilah says the fruits of her ripe labor are at the tips of your fingers. Just cut off the history weighing you down. Delilah says it is not about where you came from. It is about where you are going. Delilah says she can fix your past. All of it was a mistake. Delilah says fix your mistakes. Delilah says you do not deserve her love until you fit the description, until the God in you fits the description. The God in your kinks is unprofessional. Delilah says that the God in your locks is simply too dreadful for the beauty of the workplace, for the beauty of her. Delilah says side with her. She'll give you all the power the God in you used to have. Untwist the God on your scalp. Straighten out your head and what sits on top of it. We were told to stay woke. Delilah reminds us this is still no place for our naps. She says choose Choose and be reminded that the God on you is so feared it can only be handled in small doses or with small changes. Permit or get rid of it permanently. Delilah will tower of Babel your high top until it fades out of translation, until it tumbles down like Jericho simply by her shouting your name. When you forget how strong it was made to be in the first place, she will deny the notion that your affirmation of faith, how it soaks up holy water so fast it's as if it was dying of thirst. She tells us it is because it is possessed. We tell her no, the water is simply returning back to its root. She will deny that the Nile that kings and queens drank from runs amongst the desert of knots that is your hair, each strand unapologetically raising up to heaven as if to say, God, we are still here. Amongst everything she tried to tell us, we are still here, still with beautiful hair. God, you anointed our heads with olive oil, our cups have overflown indeed. She will make a forest fire of chemicals, burn the very nature that gives your scalp oxygen. She will detox the holy out of you, make you call your hair heresy, make you fear worth through those that want your features but not your struggle. She will lie, she will tell you that your hair is an exorcism waiting to happen, is a house full of demons that must be baptized in a river of product sins that must be cleansed with a set of clippers and even a pair of Holy Marys. She will leave you detesting the very fabric of your texture. She will tell you that you are not pretty enough to be with her, you are not professional enough to eat with her, you are not you enough for anything that she has to offer. Delilah says abandon your hair, she says abandon your heritage. Delilah says abandon your God, he cannot exist in hair. And we look at her and say, he already exists in our hair regardless.
Welcome back to Abercrombie and Fitch presents Wake and Bake with BeMo. Like, yeah. That was my, like, totally, yeah. Oh man, this morning we are reviewing a strain from our good friends over at Street Lawyer Services. Make sure y'all head down to Street Lawyer Services on 8th Street SLS DC or Street Lawyer Service DC on social media. This morning we are reviewing runts, not OG runts, not Obama runts, straight up runts. All right, we got runts this morning. By Street Lawyer Services. I'm gonna give this to the lady at the house to give it a good whiff. We're gonna give a good Ganjlier review. Shout out to my man Carl for the Ganjlier title. Now, you know, the other day we said we had to review I felt like everybody's like, oh, BeMo thinks all weed is great. I think today we're gonna have a real chance to give an honest review.
Okay. Has it matured?
I don't know.
Oh,
We're about to find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you got it open.
I did leave it open.
Okay. I don't even know what it smells like. Not saying it smells bad, but it smells like. It also smells like a pine or, you know, a type of tree, cedar.
A type of tree.
But
your description words, I feel like are giving away a lot. Go ahead, keep going. As I light this up. This joint don't work.
Damn. I feel like I say a lot of them are fruity, but there's something else there.
Yeah.
Right, place it.
You're right.
Right.
It's like metallic.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, it's like it smells a little artificial.
Say it again. Say it with your chest now.
It smells a little artificial.
Smell a little artificial. Now we know one of the popular trends in marijuana culture is to add smells and fake. What are they called? Little dusty things called?
Trichomes.
And add fake trichomes to make it look like and smell like it's more gaseous than it is.
Yeah. Bless you.
Ooh, if I'm being honest, can I be honest?
Yeah.
It is my show. If I can be honest, don't smell that great. And not great in a way of like, oh, this shit nasty, like in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, some weeds we smell are like, ooh.
You're like, ooh.
Great. Yeah. This is just like,
this smells like a penny in pine. That's what it smells like. If you found a penny in the forest, that's what it smells like.
I could see that, like copper and pine.
Yeah, it smells like copper and pine.
Troy said, think I'm gonna be a professional gondolier, and Empress said same like shit.
Yeah, I think you know what we need to do.
What's up?
In order for us to be professionals, we need to have our own framework.
Yeah.
So we need to have like a true testing system that we go. It's like when you go to a sommelier, they put the thing in their nose and they hit the.
Yeah, swirl it.
Yeah, you gotta hit the legs. You gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta do this thing
mouth
right here. Yeah. You gotta do all this shit and take out the notes and then you gotta guess and then. Yeah. We watched Frasier.
Right.
So like there's things you gotta do.
Yeah.
I think we have to do that. And the thing that I think makes us good at it is like we all smoke a weed and we all taste similar things. And then it's like, oh, okay, for sure. They do know what the fuck they talking about.
Right.
We said this on Tuesday, like it's got to be more than just mid gas and ultra premium.
This is good. This is bad. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So let's give this a light. Let's see exactly what we got going on. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't have much faith. When we smoked this in our pre-smoke section, I think on Wednesday or Tuesday, didn't light well. Was smoking like it was a premature weed. I don't know if y'all, you have a premature weed when you keep lighting it.
That shit will not stay lit.
It will not stay lit. It seems like that shit's just wet inside the blunt.
Yeah.
That's usually an indication that you got something premature. And if it burns weirdly, that means you have something that's usually old, right? So we're gonna give this a good light. I can already tell in the light it's taking a minute to light. Like and I can hear crackling and popping while it's lighting. It's not good. That's not good. But we got to give an honest review. We got to get an honest review because I think the people think like, oh, this nigga sponsored, everything must be sweet. This is Abercrombie and Fitch presents.
Got some people saying Hollister, Aeropostale.
Aeropostale presents Wake and Bake with BeMo.
It don't smell good.
This don't taste like burnt popcorn.
That's what it smells like. What the fuck?
So I encourage y'all to go down to Street Lawyer Services, okay? Every weed is not a hit, all right?
Don't get runs.
Even your weed man miss.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's not take it out on the people. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna run through these runs. It's okay. I could mix it in with some other shit. Right. This is of their lower quality strain, so it is on close to the bottom tier. They give us two. They give us a high tier and a bottom tier. Although the high tier wasn't too much better.
Right.
Not a great taste. Oh God.
Yeah, the smoke smells bad.
Oh God.
Yeah, it does taste burnt.
It tastes like somebody already smoked it already.
And then we relit it.
Yeah.
Troy said, not a good cure. It might be bad genetics. You know how that goes.
Right. It's not a good cure.
Right.
It's not a good cure at all. We had to leave that motherfucker open.
The whole, yeah. And he said filler weed.
Filler weed, right. It's my funu.
Right.
My funu. My
Like Aunt said, budget buds.
budget. That's right. Now, if you just need some weed,
right, to hold you over till you can get your real shit.
Get you some runs. If you just need you some weed. Now, there's one advantage to it though. It is pretty.
Is it?
It is a pretty weed. It's like the purple. I love the purple stuff. It's a dark weed with the green. When I ground it up and like I was squishing it around on the tray, it is a pretty weed.
Okay, yeah. There's like some, I don't know if it's black, but it's like darker green, and light green, purple. Yeah.
It is a beautiful weed. So out of 420 SLS, I think I'm giving this a 105.
What's a failing score?
Well, I'm saying 420, but in my head, I'm really saying like on a scale of 1 to 4.
Okay.
Right. So it's like it's a little bit over a 1.
Yeah, right.
Definitely good for your funu. I could smoke this, but we're gonna see how the blunt affects us. Or it looks like it's slowing down on the burn.
Right. Should not burning evenly.
All right, let's get off SLS back. Let's get to the next topic.
Troy said it's not tobacco. Mike said you always need budget buds to stay on track fiscally. Jada said runts are us.
Runts are us. That's funny.
Troy said General's fried chicken. We caught up.
It's butt kicking, yeah, General's fried. The best chicken around. Thanks, Troy. Hey, did you flip that yet? Have you flipped the General's fried chicken? Flip the General's fried chicken and put a Meg Thee Stallion verse in there, and boom, you got something.
Right.
I should be a producer.
Aren't you?
I am. Let's get to the next segment, which is the Paul Ropes. So, Delete 2 came out, right?
Yeah.
Alt and Delete, that's good. That's perfect. That's good. Alt and Delete 2 gives me credit 7 and 8 on my way to 9. Is it 9 credits I need to be in the Grammys? To be in the Grammy, what you call it? The Grammy committee or whatever?
Oh, it's 9?
I think it's 9.
Oh.
But every time I get close, they change the number. Because it was 5, and then I got to 5, and they changed it to 9.
Wow.
Or 8 or some shit like that. I can't remember. It reminded me that, I have a lot of productions, but not a lot of them have been released.
Really?
I got a whole seasons of Urbane that I be listening to on my iPad, but like they nobody else heard them.
Other than me.
Right.
Elite.
Right.
Right.
Even the people who say them ain't heard them.
Right.
Anyway, let's get to our Paul Robeson Negro of the Week Award. Yeah. Not from the Wake and Bake BeMo I did without the yeah before. So, actually, I want to start this segment off by listening to another culture analyst from a few years ago describing his sentiment towards LeBron. Let's give this young man a listen.
Please
Keywords
mind
on
the
young
gap.
man. Yes, one of the top 10 greatest black men of all time. LeBron James is constantly sending kids to school. He has mastered the skill of networking laterally. As our sister Issa Rae said, was the future of our genius, even did it before Issa Rae. LeBron James has been kind of ordained to be the next great thing, and I believe that even after his career in the NBA is over, LeBron James will go down as one of the greatest, top 10 greatest black men of all time. But fuck him. Fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. Let's talk about why I hate on LeBron James. Thanks, BeMo. That is from The Right Place to BeMo.
Yeah.
Still on SoundCloud if you want to check out our 5-episode season of The Right Place to BeMo. I brought that up because today's Paul Robeson Negro of the Week is someone who I have had a long history of hating. And if I'm being honest with you, I would at any time recertify my LeBron James hater award at any time because I'm just not a personal fan of LeBron James. But why is he the Paul Robeson Negro of the Week? I guess. LeBron James is a billionaire. This might be the most sassy Paul Robeson Negro of the Week. You know what? Maybe he's not the Negro. You know what? Fuck it. Let's give it to him anyway. See, here I am hating. Me and my mans from the past is going back and forth. LeBron James got a bill. Again, I don't know what we're supposed to do with these billionaire types, what we're supposed to do with billionaire people, but let me just read you some situations. I had to move the hot sauce bottle so I could put my phone right there because we got so much money I can afford a phone stand. So LeBron got $1 billion. He's the first active NBA player to be a billionaire. Mm-hmm. Right. His billion is comprised of the Spring Hill Company, which is his production company. The production company actually started off with his high school movie More Than a Game. They're worth $300 million. The Spring Hill Company is named after the apartment complex that they lived in when him and his mother was coming up. It was their first apartment when they had some money, right?
Okay.
So for us, it won't be Park Plaza or wherever the fuck we live. Where we live? Don't say it out loud. Did I say it right?
No.
Oh, damn. It won't be 3119, okay? It won't be that. Although I feel like that'd be a great album title. Hashtag 3119.
Yeah.
The entryway into the ghetto. God damn it. All right, fine. The second part of LeBron's, I guess financial success is he owns 1% of the Fenway Sports Group.
Okay.
Right, the Fenway Sports Group owns the Red Sox, Fenway Park, Liverpool, half of Rush Fenway Racing, 80% of New England Sports Network, and the Pittsburgh Penguins of the NHL. His valued ownership is set at $90 million there. I have not said basketball yet. Real estate, $80 million. Blaze Pizza, $30 million. Then I wrote Jada's Red Table Talk. That's not right. Different note. Cash and other investments, more than $500 million. That's LeBron's NBA money. So half of his money is from his direct labor. His other half of his money is from investments into businesses in a very smart way. So I just wanted to give a couple of flowers to LeBron James this morning. I don't know what we're supposed to do with black billionaires. Like, I really don't know. I'm very much struggling with the celebration of black capital for the celebration of black capital. Right. Like, what does your capital do? I feel like that is if my man's Beatrix Dixon brother has a point, is that we do have a different standard for success. And the standard for success is not how much money you can hoard. The standard for success is how many problems can you solve.
Right. But maybe that's one of the answers, not the total answer.
What?
To go to black billionaires.
Yeah, it is. But it's like 10 of them now, right?
Yeah, because it was 8 before.
It was 8.
And we got LeBron and I feel like somebody else too.
Was 8 including Rihanna?
Okay, so maybe it's Rihanna and LeBron, 9 and 10.
You know what? That actually brings up a good point. I wish there was some black billionaires we didn't know.
There gotta be more of them then.
It's gotta be, because like,
yeah,
I feel like I know, even if it's just like a long history of public perception, each of the black billionaires, we know their life.
Right.
I know Jay-Z's life.
Right.
I know what happened to his nephew and his brother.
Right.
I know his mama gay, right?
Right.
I know Kanye's life. Goddamn, Cody. Keep the camera still, Cody. Shit. I know Rihanna's life.
Right.
I know Robert Johnson's life. I know Tyler Perry's life. I know LeBron's life. I know Rihanna's life.
Right.
They picked that little girl up in Barbados singing outside the store.
Replay.
Right. I know these people's lives.
Right.
Is there a black billionaire we don't know? I don't know shit about Elon Musk other than he African American brother. That's it. I didn't even know he didn't start Tesla.
He didn't?
No, he bought Tesla.
Oh wow.
The blunt went out, by the way. Ain't that crazy? I don't know Jeff Bezos. Who is that? Who is that?
Only thing I know is that Amazon used to be a book company. Like, it started off as just selling books.
So he a bookseller?
Yeah, like Amazon was just selling books online, and then it transformed into everything.
But is that who Jeff Bezos is?
Oh, I don't know.
Was Jeff Bezos a nigga in the library like, I gotta sell some of these books? Was that Jeff Bezos?
I don't know.
Cause I know Jay-Z one day was like, I gotta sell some rocks. I gotta sell some rocks.
Right.
Kanye said, you know what? I gotta chop some beats up, okay? Tyler Perry said, I need to put this dress on. Rihanna said, let me run that back. Let me pawn that replay. Huh?
Let me pawn that replay. Tyler Perry lived in his car.
We know these stories.
Yeah.
What the fuck was Jeff Bezos doing?
Right.
Damn. And maybe that's why you can't. And maybe, you know what? Because here's the thing. If I put myself in the shoes of a billionaire, which, can I be honest with you? That's the second one in this show. Can I be honest?
Yeah.
There are times in the day where I just pretend like I'm a billionaire.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but I'd be on the metro or like walking in here. So it's not hard for me to put myself in the shoes of a billionaire. But if I'm in the shoes of a billionaire, how many me's are out there?
Not many. It's a very small percentage.
Give me a number. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant, but like just throw a random number out there.
I feel in the whole world? Or?
In all of blackness.
Oh, in blackness?
How many me's, and by me's I mean entrepreneur 5 years in the desperate need for venture capital, but hasn't sought venture capital in a particular way, still very underground, wants to move independently. How many, and has the energy to do so? How many me's are there out there like me? And if there are 300 black Americans, 300 million black Americans.
Okay, yeah.
If there are 300 million black Americans, how many black male entrepreneurs need support from billionaires?
I feel like it's got to be like somewhere in the maybe thousands, or yeah.
So if 1,000 people need $1 million from 10 people, is that fair?
Right.
And if I'm a billionaire, I'm like, damn, I'm supposed to give 1,000 people $1 million a year? Fuck. I'm gonna have to keep playing basketball. 1,000 million is $1 billion, right?
Is it? One with 9 zeros.
Huh?
9 zeros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. I'm like my man's at Morehouse. Shit, I'll pay that shit. I get this tuition out the way.
What about 10,000? Is that? You can do a lot with.
I mean, you could do some things with 10K.
Yeah.
And I've seen.
Right.
Yeah.
That's 10 million.
Okay, that ain't bad. All right, let me adjust my billionaire plans. But don't worry, is 10,000 enough for what?
It's enough to get you started, at the very least.
I'm tired of getting niggas started. I want to get you going.
Well, maybe that's a component too. Not just give niggas money, but like teach them what to do with it, or how to grow it, or even provide actual infrastructure.
I'm so tired of learning shit too.
Source. What? Okay, not even just learning.
Okay, here's what I mean. Here's what I mean. Hold on, because you're right. I could provide opportunities, but what I mean by like I'm tired of the learning shit. I just actually had this its interpretation. You know how like back in the day when you didn't get paid for playing college sports, they used to say, "Oh, we paying you and a scholarship." Let's be honest here. Can we be honest? What is the true financial value of education? They used to say it was limitless, but hear me out. I'm starting to think it's zero. Hear me out.
Zero though?
Hear me out. Not that it's worthless, because education definitely is worthwhile. You need education. You need to be educated. But as we move into a new generation, Gen Z, who is choosing not to go to college at a high rate, very skill-based people, what is the financial? Has everybody paid off their student loans?
No.
So your education is currently costing you something.
Yeah.
So then how could it be limitless? Wouldn't it already be paid off? That's what I'm saying. What is the value of education? Don't it just equal out? Aren't niggas just working jobs so they can pay off their student loans to get to zero?
And also, because we need money to survive. That's another conversation.
We've been tricked. Anyway, we got any comments? Because we done been on a long tangent. What was we even talking about? Oh, the Paul Robeson Negro of the Week is LeBron. Congratulations, LeBron, on your $1 billion. Nigga.
Mike Ant says, why not? I'm not sure what we were talking about, though. Hold up, though. Why not? Akila says, TBT for show.
You say?
TBT for show, your hair. A whole bunch of letters.
Is my hair popping or something?
No, it was short. You had the
wow, yeah.
front locks, yeah.
Wow.
Kendall
mopped
says,
up.
Kendall says, same energy with shorter hair. Ethos says, Don Peebles is probably a billionaire. Okay. Kendall says, that's just America, bruh. Ethos says, Russell Simmons is probably a billionaire. They never disclosed his total worth.
Ain't Russell Simmons in hiding
Is he?
from touching them little girls?
True.
Oh, no, well, he's touching women, not little girls. Sorry, Russ. Let me put some respects on your toxicity. My bad, bro.
Although both bad.
They're both bad. There's a difference. Because Lord.
Kendall says Africa got a few with more money than all of them. That's true. Ethos says there's old...
Spicy question.
Ethos says there's
Are
old footage
Africans
of...
black?
What?
Are Africans black?
Are we black? Because...
Yes. For the sake of that question, yes. I'll give you a quick question. I'll give you 3 questions. If you can answer one of these questions right, then you are black. What year did slavery end?
Do you mean... okay.
Oh, what year did majority of slavery end? I will accept both answers. I'll accept either answer, actually.
1865?
1865. Okay, you black then. I think to be black, you have to have studied.
True.
And fuck it, it's my show. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say. Sometimes I run into these first generations or these 0.5 generations, these people who were born in younger in the United or somewhere else and then moved here when they were younger, like elementary school. Sometimes I run into these people and they look like us and they talk like us and they've assimilated to a culture through practice, but they don't know shit about us. And there are some of those individuals who have studied us, who do know shit about us, who have heard the response from the culture like, wait, you look like us, you sound like us, but when I pulled you out the oven, you ain't a duck. I don't understand what's going on. I understand you were the root of the situation, cool. Anyway, I don't even know why I'm going into are Africans black. I think most of y'all niggas not black. I think y'all just practicing. Keep reading with the comments.
Okay.
That's going in the book.
Ethos says there's old footage of Jeff Bezos in a raggedy office on YouTube. Raggedy office though.
What was he doing though?
Probably
just raggedying?
Yeah.
What you say, sweetheart?
Probably just simple office work.
This nigga saying progress reports.
Right. Kendall said education don't always have to cost money, but yeah, the value of it is completely based on what you do with it. That's real. I'm caught up.
Okay. Let's play that last video.
Oh, Camille just said, hold up now. I know some blacks that done got out of the community that can't answer them questions too.
Who can't answer them questions?
Yeah.
They ain't black. Y'all Americans. Some of y'all just American. Some of y'all just participating in this. I'm about to go for it. Some of y'all just Americans. Some of y'all just participating in this governance system but have no idea about the complete framework in which blackness has created it. Some of y'all are operating off of the wrong operating system. How could you be black and not know black American genres?
Right.
Because you can exist in America with this black skin. You can participate in the culture that is blackness, but that don't make you the thing.
Right.
I just don't believe that.
No, that's
You don't know what you don't know. Therefore, you can't be what you aren't. Right?
It has to be intentional.
Has to be intentional. Blackness has to be intentional. Start calling these folks Americans. Invite them to 4th of July picnics so they can wear American flag shorts.
Chill out.
Have them sing the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance and shit. Fuck out of here, bro. If you can answer more about pop culture than blackness, you have a problem. If you can pass the U.S. citizenships test but not answer simple questions about the existence of blackness, you have a problem. You are an American. Fuck your perspectives. Fuck what you think you are. You're an American. If you don't know it, you can't be it. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I say yuck.
Well, I done hit it. I done hit something now. I feel like I've been pussyfooting around that thought for a while. But like it is that simple.
Yeah.
If you don't know who you are, then you can't be that person.
Right. Right.
But people will think I'm playing. People will think this is entertainment. People think this is a joke. This is not a fucking joke. All right, let's get to that last thing because we run out of time. Okay. Running. Oh, we out of time. We done out of time. What time we start? What time is the timer on right now? We got an hour?
Ooh, 106.
Okay, cool. All right, let's do this instead. Let's hold off on the Atlanta thing. We're gonna move off the Atlanta thing until next Tuesday. But you know what I do need before we go, because this roast don't seem to die. I need the burning question for the roast. Brought to you by Sweetheart.
We got some comments. I'm gonna say them first.
Huh?
I'm gonna say the comments first.
Why? Yeah, you need time. Yeah. Go ahead.
Ray Josh says, too many Africans in and from the diaspora do not understand the history and the struggle of being black in America.
Right.
And Kendall says, this guy needs to write a book.
Hold on, let me finish writing my sentence. Y'all niggas just practicing. That's the name of the book.
Joyner would make so many people upset.
Who you say?
It would make so many people upset.
It's true though.
The book is needed.
You know the War of 1812, but you don't know what the 14th Amendment does?
Okay.
Name an activist other than the big three. Name an activist other than the big three after 1979. It don't even got to be that. Describe womanism. Are you having that? Need that burning question. We got more comments?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I'm thinking. We talked about.
Today we discussed. I don't know. You got the list in front of you.
Honeypot.
Honeypot 2.0.
Mm-hmm. And
Don't play in my face, bro. Well, y'all niggas just don't understand. Shut up.
Black billionaires. Okay.
Or it could be anything random, you know what I mean?
True. That's true. Okay, we haven't talked about it yet.
Let's go.
But it falls in line with, everything we've already discussed about capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there should be limits on... Okay, let's just call it ownership.
Do I think there should be limits on ownership? Okay, so the obvious answer is yes.
Okay.
But my selfish answer is no. And that's maybe because I'm doing this thing of toxically projecting myself into the shoes of people who have billions already. Maybe that's just... Somebody asked me the other day, they was like, if they could give you a certain amount of money for you to stop working, how much would it be? And I coldly and quickly said 2.5 bill.
You said mill or bill?
Bill.
Oh.
I think that's I think when they put me in the ground, I think I'm gonna be right around there at 2.5 bill. So if you could give me that now, all right, cool. Fuck it. I'm good. I don't even know what I would do if somebody gave me 2.5 bill today. Guess
So
we
why
go
is
to
that your
dinner,
number?
huh?
Why is that your number?
That's just what I think my final value is, or
Okay.
my contribution in a financial sense will be to the planet. 2.5 bill.
Okay.
Solid. Why I say that? What was the question? I love when that happens. Huh?
You think there should be a limit on ownership?
Right. So the selfish part of me is like, nah, because how am I gonna get that 2.5 bill? They, constricting my ownership. But the fact of the matter is, I don't even know if it's a fact. What I have seen as a trend over the pandemic specifically was the Great Resignation happened. Mm-hmm. A lot of people working from home realized, and we should have had this as a topic, we'll bring this up on Tuesday too. A lot of people working from home realized that the time they spent at work was inequitable to the labor they were actually putting in on the job. Mm-hmm. And then that being at home, they were able to operate several income streams at the same time with less labor than going to an office, sitting there, engaging in relationships, doing office things, and doing labor for a company, right? Mm-hmm. Which is crazy to me because that has driven productivity up in office spaces. According to some reports, according to a lot of reports, the productivity for these spaces has gone up. But bosses want you to still come into the office now. Don't know why.
Right. I think it's control.
Huh?
I think it's control.
It's got to be a control. Niggas love their power.
Right. Talking about the Great Resignation.
Great Resignation as it pertains to limits of ownership. So, So, a lot of people realize that they could be independent during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing. The outcome of that, though, is some individuals took the opportunity to use that market to create markets. Right. And now those markets, which were almost impossible before because of the office lifestyle and distraction of traveling and doing different situations, now individuals are taking advantage of different ownership pathways. And because of the internet, thankfully, unthankfully, however you want to put it, because of the internet, the popularity of these strategies have multiplied during the pandemic. So, what am I saying? We're kind of sneak peeking a thing we were going to talk about today, but we're definitely going to talk about it Tuesday. Is Atlanta passed a law that limits the amount of Airbnbs that you can own in the city, because they are finding that individuals are owning 6, 7, 8 Airbnbs, limiting the ability for people to move into Atlanta and also driving up the market price for these homes without there having been any residents in there. So we have big ass neighborhoods with 10% residency in there because niggas is doing a whole bunch of temporary housing. So Atlanta is passing this law that is restricting ownership. That is necessary for the greater good. I feel like that's what government is supposed to do. It's supposed to make sure, I don't know what the fuck government's supposed to do. I'm not going to this speech. I'm not even running for office. But do I feel like there should be a limit on ownership? I feel like that's a dangerous and a slippery slope. But as it pertains to housing, we got to do something.
That shit out of control.
We got to do something. There's got to be a solution. So, I don't know. It's like we can't. We are going to do nothing, so therefore nothing is going to happen. Like nothing. If we don't make laws, if we don't change culture, if we don't shift policy, if we don't shift systems at its core, then nothing will change. So if cities like Atlanta are trying to do something radical like that, I appreciate that. I think that's pretty cool. All right, y'all, we're going to leave y'all. O'Reilly. Before you go, we do have, if you have not listened to Alt and Delete 2, I need you to on Tuesday. We're supposed to do a review today. That's what it was. I need you to do so by Tuesday, because Tuesday we're going to do a full review of Alt Delete 2. Is that fair if I'm on the album? Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. We'll do a full review of the album. If you haven't listened, so go do so right now. Rosa, that's a flower, babe. I need y'all to stick around right now. We about to play the music video from Alt and Delete 2 from my man Yajan Dill, Best of Me. We want to thank you for watching another episode of Awake and Bake with BeMo. Yeah. Good morning. You like my... I went down into the... in my chest.
From your diaphragm.
You gotta keep it tight. You have a good pace. Good morning, y'all.
Stop. This sounds terrible. We have our biggest show in 3 days, and you still don't have it down.
Paige, come on. I mean, I took like 3 weeks to learn this tambourine, and honestly, you're the one who's always late to band practice.
I think we're all just hungry. Like, yeah, just be cool, man.
I might have been a little flat.
Mercury's in retrograde, and I need to protect my peace. I'm out of here.
Wait, what? What does that even mean?
Wait.
Hey, one of y'all musty. What's that smell? I know you better open this garage door. God damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I won't dismiss, won't take the blame this time for your bad vibration, for your low frequency.
I really let you get the best of me, and you really got me out of body thinking, well, will he speak his piece, so keep the peace instead of saying something I regret.
Take my energy, won't get the best of me, best of me, best of me. Take my energy, won't get the best of me, best of me, best of me. Sick, I'm paid, that's all I gotta say. Can't sing along. The flowers in the way. I was sipping pressed juice when the sky set ablaze. I've been way too humble, think it's time to entertain, yeah. But take my energy, won't get the best of me, best of me, best of me. But take my energy, won't get the best of me, best of me, best of me.
Forget what I said, 'cause I forgot what I meant. I'm over my head. Think I forgot where I live. I forgot where I live. Forget what I said. I forgot what I said. I forgot what I meant. I forgot where I live. Over my head. Over my head. I forgot where I live. I've been over my head, I've been over my head now. I've been over my head, I've been over my head, I've been over my head now. Over my head.
Shout out to my problematic beauties and insecure. I'm sure something's in retrograde right now, so transmission is fuzzy. Nonetheless, much love, and don't forget, protect your energy.